talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular individuals. Welcome to whatever the fuck this is, in which we will be discussing My Little Pony Equestria Girls. So after going through the turmoil that was Alvin and the Chipmunks, I decided to look into a different kind of movie, a more high quality movie, and what better option than Equestria Girls. So I'm gonna give you some context. I grew up in a somewhat conservative, Catholic, Latin American family, and as a little boy I wasn't allowed to watch anything even remotely close to being girl related. I wasn't allowed to watch Barbie, Monster High, Angelina Ballerina, Rosita Fresita, Las Chicas Superpoderosas, Sofia the First, and of course My Little Pony. All the good stuff basically. But honey, as the rebellious child I was, I found my ways of watching all the previously mentioned and more. So one night on December 23rd, 2013, I think, Equestria Girls was airing on Discovery Kids, and let me tell you. So by the time I first watched it, I already liked My Little Pony. Oh, but honey, this movie solidified my love for it. Before I watched it, I remember that my dad's side of the family visited my house for Christmas, and I didn't feel like spending time with them at all, so I just sneaked out to the second floor and locked myself in my parents' bedroom that had the TV, and stayed there for half an hour until Equestria Girls started airing. I guess my parents never noticed I was gone because they were too busy trying to make sure that my annoying and disastrous cousins didn't break down the house, or that my drunk uncles didn't start to pick up fights for no reason whatsoever. Anyways, when I watched it, it literally changed my life. It gave me an insane amount of happiness that I can't describe. It became my comfort movie for the following 2 years before some little friend knocked on my door and convinced me to stop watching it, even though I loved it so much, but whatever, that's a whole nother story. So let's get into the film. So, Equestria Girls, released in 2013, takes place right after the season 3 finale where Twilight was crowned as Princess of Equestria, and the movie continues from that point. It begins with our main characters arriving at the Crystal Empire to attend Twilight's first royal summit following her coronation, and obviously after such a life-changing event, Twilight feels insecure and wonders if she's going to be good enough to fulfill this very important role. But thankfully she has Spike, and after he gives her some encouraging words, she goes to sleep a little bit more calm. Right after that, the movie transitions into one of the most epic opening credits ever seen by man. Like, this shit blew me away when I first saw it. Like, the remix of the theme was iconic, and as I understand, a lot of people don't really like the opening credits of the movie, and that's totally fine. But I love it. So anyways, after the credits, a dark silhouette emerges from the shadows, enters Twilight's room and steals her crown. Obviously, Twilight doesn't take long to notice there's a suspicious looking stranger in her bedroom, so she starts chasing the figure until they cross a portal, taking her crown away. Princess Celestia explains to Twilight that the person who stole her crown was Sunset Shimmers, who used to be Celestia's student, but left Equestria after she became unsatisfied with her magic, and after that, Princess Cadence tells Twilight that without the crown, all the other elements of harmony will lose their power, leaving Equestria in a vulnerable state. So therefore, Celestia commands Twilight to go into the portal to the other world and retrieve her crown from Sunset as soon as possible, because after a set period of time, the portal will close and it won't open again until like 30 months have passed. So anyways, right after that, all of her friends offer to go with her, like the iconic, loyal besties they are. But sadly, Celestia doesn't let them because apparently their presence on the other world may alter the balance of it or whatever. Fair enough, I guess. So yeah, Twilight crosses the portal and Spike goes after her without Celestia's permission. They both get to the other world and their shapes have, well, very much changed quite a bit. Spike is now a dog and Twilight has transformed into a human, and she's obviously very scared at all of these changes, but she keeps her composure and decidedly embarks on her way to seek the crown. But then she gets on all 4 legs and starts fucking galloping very casually. I mean, I guess it makes sense that she will do that, but imagine being on the streets and seeing another person walking like that. It's just so, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just sad. But anyways, Twilight soon finds out that walking like that is highly fucking embarrassing in this world, so she makes her best effort to walk with her legs, and after that she enters the building, and it turns out it's a fucking high school Obviously, of course, why not? And after some walking around, she sees Sunset Shimmers messing with Fluttershy, and Twilight intervenes to defend her, but Sunset ignores her and lets her know who she is, establishing herself as the queen bee of this high school. After that, Twilight talks to Fluttershy and finds out that the reason Sunset was harassing her is because apparently Fluttershy took the crown after it went through the portal first and gave it to Principal Celestia. So Twilight gets on her way to look for her, and when she does, she asks her for the crown, to which Celestia replies mentioning the Princess of the Fall Formal, an event where the students vote for a princess and the winner gets crowned with, well, the crown. And Twilight, instead of just taking the crown and running away to the portal, decides to apply as candidate to the Fall Formal. Like, sweetie, why do you have to overcomplicate things this way? Why don't you just steal the fucking crown, which is rightfully yours by the way, and then leave? No one will give a fuck, or if they do, you'll be back at Equestria, so who cares? Kinda nonsensical, stupid, dumb, etc, but whatever. If Twilight left, then we wouldn't have gotten one of the most iconic films of recent memory, so I'll let it slide. So anyways, Twilight realizes that she has no fucking idea of how she can become Princess of the Fall Formal, so she asks Fluttershy for some help. But fearfully, she mentions that applying for the formal is a really bad idea because Sunset Shimmers always run for princess every year and interfering with that could potentially be dangerous. But Twilight, as the fearless queen she is, decides to continue with her plan. So she goes to talk with the head of the Fall Formal Planning Committee to register for princess, and that person turns out to be Pinkie Pie from this universe. So Twilight registers for princess of the Fall Formal, which by the way will take place the day after tomorrow, right before the portal closes, so yeah, pretty convenient, but whatever. Applejack makes her appearance alongside her brother, which I'm pretty sure smokes marijuana, but anyways, we learn through bad exposition that all the girls have beef with each other, and Twilight is very surprised by that, because in their universe they're like besties, so yeah, that's very weird. So anyways, Applejack warns Twilight about Sunset Shimmers, but she insists that she has to do this, she has to win, so she leaves the auditorium and bumps into Sunset, who at this point has found out who she really is, and also that she registered for the Fall Formal. So she threatens her, saying that she has no clue how this world works and that there is no way the students would elect someone like her. After that, she leaves Twilight and orders her two lapdog bitches to follow her around and document everything she does. And Twilight, acknowledging that everything Sunset said was right, enters the library hoping to investigate and learn more about the school and how to make the students like her and vote for her, but in the process she does some stupid stuff, looking like a fucking cavernicula. And obviously Sunset's lapdog bitches record all the ridiculous shit she's doing. I wonder why. Anyways, Twilight takes a look at the yearbook and sees a picture of the girls together, so she wonders what must have happened for them to grow apart from each other this way. Pero bueno, the next day, Twilight wakes up after sleeping in the library and gets out to find everyone looking and laughing at her. She has no fucking clue of why this is happening, but then Rarity drags her into a room and alongside the others, tell Twilight that Sunset Shimmers, queen of cyberbullying, has made a video making fun of her weird and stupid mannerisms. So Twilight feels obviously devastated by this because honestly, que hijueputa pena, I will start crying from shame if something like that happens to me. But anyways, the girls start fighting, and when they bring up the reason why they have so much beef with each other, something doesn't really add up. And with a literal 40-second conversation, they find out that everything that led to their conflicts was just a simple misunderstanding. Why haven't they had this conversation before? I don't know, but I love this movie too much to care. Anyways, after almost 40 fucking minutes of movie, finally, mi patrona, Rainbow Dash, makes her appearance. The girls meet with her and they come to the realization that the person behind all of their conflicts is no other than Sunset Shimmers, honey. So they all team up to help Twilight win the crown. They start forming their plan on a cafeteria in which Twilight bumps into my childhood crush, Flash Sentry. So yeah, sorry, she bumps into him like she previously did when she arrived at the school. They both share some enamored glances, the laugh is in the air and we can feel it, you guys. But anyways, as I said, the girls start forming a plan to get the other students to vote for Twilight, and Rarity has an idea that consists on letting everyone know the sense of union that Twilight brought to their lives, which leads to one of the most iconic sequences of the motherfucking 21st century. Yes, I am talking about the cafeteria song. Do I have to give any explanations? Absolutely not. The song was, is, and will forever remain timeless for perpetuity. At least in my opinion. If you don't like it, that's totally fine, whatever. The girls perform the song and everyone starts dancing, but Sunset shimmers and videos like Hueputa can't stand Twilight having her moment and starts to think about what she can do to ruin it. The song was a total success and now everyone is wearing the tail on the ears headband, but Sunset calls Vice Principal Luna and shows her that the auditorium's decoration has been completely destroyed. And to make things worse, Sunset Shimmer's queen of Photoshop edited some pictures to incriminate Twilight, which gets her in trouble, but not so quick, bitch, because here comes Flash Sentry to disprove this grotesque slander. I mean, cute, but like this conflict literally lasted like a minute and a half. Its only purpose is to bring Twilight and Flash together, but the writers could have like easily done that by making a scene in which Flash congratulates Twilight for the song, assuring her that he will vote for her. You know, some sweet shit, but it's okay, we don't really have to worry about that. The problem is, now that the auditorium is destroyed, the fall formal will have to be postponed, which means that Twilight will not get the crown before the portal shuts down. So she has no choice but to tell the girls the truth, and they take it surprisingly well considering how unreal it fucking sounds. But then again, Spy the dog literally talks, so I guess it isn't that hard to believe. Pero bueno, the girls get together to clean the auditorium, and that leads us to another iconic song in which all of the other students join to help our girls decorate. And this moment shows us the first interaction of Whiskey and Curly Winds. And you may wonder, who the fuck are them? Well, they are two characters that can be seen in the background, and they are just the cutest motherfucking thing ever. Like, seeing the progression of the relationship of these two background characters made me feel way more emotion than the entirety of the Kissing Booth and To All the Boys trilogies after Tall Girl, you name it. I like, just look at them. They are the most beautiful fucking thing ever. My Little Pony said gay rights before it was popular, and we love them for that. Pero bueno, perdón por la emoción. The students finished preparing the auditorium, and after seeing how great it turned out to be, Principal Celestia assures everyone that the fall formal will indeed take place tonight. A few moments later, all the girls start getting ready for the dance, and after another iconic song, they're all ready to go. So right before they get inside, Flash invites Twilight to dance, and she says yes. So they all get inside and everything looks so beautiful, and then the principal announces the princess for the fall formal. And guess what, bitch? Twilight is the elected one, so she goes to the stage and claims the crown that is rightfully hers. But obviously, Sunset Shimmer's boqueca cacorra malparida can't let anyone be happy, obviously, so she sends her lapdog bitches to kidnap Spike as a way to lure Twilight into a portal, which she threatens to smash with a sledgehammer, leaving Twilight trapped and can't roll that high forever. And excuse me, but I have some doubts. If Sunset hits the portal, wouldn't just the sledgehammer go through it normally? Because that's what happens to anything that crosses it. It makes no sense. What the hell are you doing, señorita? You're in a serious need of an acetaminophen. Those are literally magical. I recommend you to take one, but that's on you. So whatever, Twilight, thank God, sends her to eat shit. And Sunset, like the ardida bitch that she is, starts to tussle with Twilight for the crown and sadly gets it. So she puts it on and fucking transforms into a goddamn demon with superpowers, destroying the entrance of the school and taking control of the minds of the students to use as her army to take on Equestria. But not so quick, bitch, because the crown may be on your head, but you're not going to be able to use it because you don't have possession of the most powerful magic in existence, and that is the magic of friendship, motherfucker. So Twilight and the girls absolutely defeat Sunset, leaving her powerless and freeing the students from her power. Twilight, instead of shitting on Sunset, decides to empathize with her, opening a door, giving her a chance to redeem herself. Well, now Twilight is admired by everyone, and Principal Celestia celebrates her values and gives her back her crown, and immediately after that Flash asks her for a dance, which she obviously takes, so they all go back to the auditorium and Twilight starts dancing like a motherfucking pony. Why? I have no idea. I thought she already learned enough about the human world to not embarrass herself doing shit like this. But anyways, the dance ends and Twilight prepares to go back to Equestria. Sunset has to clean all the mess she caused when she should literally be in jail for destroying private property, but whatever. All the girls say goodbye to Twilight and Spike and they return to Equestria where they are greeted by everyone. Very cute. The end. Such an epic fucking film. 10 out of 10. Definitely would recommend. Thank you. So before ending this video, I have to say that even though I like the second film more, this movie will forever hold a spot in my heart. It's not perfect, not at all. It has its moments in which if the characters did certain things, the movie will be over. Starting by, why doesn't Twilight just take the fucking crown and leave? And why didn't Sunset just stole the thing, let's say, maybe a few hours before the portal closed? That would have given Twilight much more or less time to figure out what to do. And speaking about her, how is it that she's just admitted into the school like nothing? Doesn't a student have to go through like a lot of paperwork or whatever to be able to transfer to a school, especially around mid-year? And isn't the principal aware of that process either? Because if Celestia just took a look at the student list, she will be like, no, excuse me, you were not transferred here. There is no record of you in this establishment whatsoever. Please leave or I'll call the police. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't take away from the absolute magnum epicness that this movie is. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Gaga bless you and goodbye.